Hello and welcome. I'm an expert in hotel AI, and I've spent my career right at the intersection of modern hospitality operations and performance support. It's a real pleasure to welcome all the students of Europe Hotel School to your online learning journey. We are really looking forward to helping you grow as professionals in this amazing industry. So, what's on the agenda today? Well, we're going to start with a big one, the OTA distribution dilemma. Then we'll jump into how AI is really the strategic solution we've been looking for. We'll get practical and look at some AI-powered tools in action, see how they lead to smarter promotions and a stronger brand, and then we'll wrap up by looking at what all of this means for the future of distribution. Sound good? Let's dive in. All right, first up, the OTA distribution dilemma. This is something every single hotel professional has to deal with. It's this constant balancing act, this tug of war between wanting that incredible global reach that OTAs give you and the very real cost to your profitability. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. Think of OTAs as a double-edged sword. On one hand, they are absolutely essential for distribution. But on the other hand, if you lean on them too much, you can really start to feel the pinch on your bottom line and, maybe even more importantly, lose that direct connection to your guests. And you can see that trade-off so clearly here. The pros, they're huge. Global visibility, getting into new markets, and of course, a higher volume of bookings. But the cons are just as big. You've got reduced profitability from commissions, you weaken that direct guest relationship, and you can even start to lose control of your own brand. It's a tough balance to strike. So, how do we solve this? How do we move from feeling dependent on OTAs to being in a balanced strategic partnership? Well, that's where artificial intelligence comes in. AI is becoming the key to finally getting this balance right. Now, I want to be really clear about this. The goal here isn't to get rid of OTAs. That's not realistic. The goal is to manage them strategically. It's about working with them, but on your own terms. And this is a core concept we talk about in the distribution strategy courses here at Europe Hotel School London. It's about being smart, not just reactive. So let's give this a proper name, strategic OTA management. What does that really mean? It's all about using data-driven insights to make sure your OTA partnerships are bringing in the right kind of bookings, high-value bookings that also protect your brand and your profitability. Okay, but that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? How can AI, possibly tell the difference between a really great booking and one that's just, well, not so profitable? Well, the answer is that AI sees the whole picture. It's not just looking at the room rate. It's analyzing the booking volume from that channel, the true cost to acquire that guest, their potential lifetime value, the actual profitability per booking after commissions, and it's even looking at citywide demand patterns. So it understands that sometimes a $200 booking can actually be way more valuable than a $250 one. It's all about context. Okay, so this isn't just theory. This is happening right now. Let's talk about the actual tools, the technology that's making this whole strategy a reality for hotels today. Here are just a few of the heavy hitters in the industry. You've got platforms like Lighthouse, which gives you amazing market intelligence so you know where you stand against your competition. Then there's Amadeus, which dives deep into demand and distribution analytics to help you decide which OTAs to work with and when. And OTA Insight is absolutely crucial for things like rate parity, making sure your pricing is consistent everywhere. Each one is a piece of a much larger strategic puzzle. Now, let's get even more practical. How does this AI-driven strategy change something that every hotel does, like running promotions? Well, it fundamentally changes the game from a shotgun approach to something more like a laser beam. This right here, it represents a huge shift in thinking. We're moving away from just throwing a blanket discount out there and hoping for the best, which, let's be honest, usually just hurts your margins. Instead, AI lets us create targeted, surgical promotions that are actually profitable. So here's how that process actually works. First, the AI crunches all your historical data. It's looking for patterns in demand and booking behaviors. Then, it identifies who your most valuable guests are and when they tend to book. Step 3 is the magic. You can now target your promotions only to those specific people at the perfect time. And the result? You drive the business you need, all while protecting your brand and your overall revenue strategy. It's smart. So let's bring this all home. Let's talk about the future of distribution, and more importantly, your role in it. Because for you, as future strategic leaders, understanding this stuff isn't just a nice-to-have skill anymore. It's absolutely essential.
Look, if you only take one thing away from our time together today, please let it be this. A balanced distribution strategy powered by AI is what protects your brand. It's what maximizes your revenue, and ultimately, it's what puts you back in the driver's seat.
So I'll leave you with this one final question to think about as you move forward in your studies and your careers. When it's your turn to make the big decisions, will your strategy be driven by dependence or will it be driven by data? The answer to that question will define your success. Thank you.